What's up everybody, Luke Asper here with Asper Studios. Today we are going to be testing out the 50mm RF lens from Sirui. And so we are here at Mclaren, Dallas, and we are going to be taking videos of this beautiful Mclaren Elva. We're just going to see how well this does on the RS2. It is a manual lens, so I'm going to have to be able to be controlling the focus. We're going to see how it holds up on the R5C with the Sirui 50mm Anamorphic lens. Let's check it out. I'm going to go over 5 different things that I experienced while shooting that video that you just saw. The full YouTube video is actually on my channel, so you can go check out that whole entire thing there. But I want to shout out Reagan Strand for letting me use his lens, his 50mm RF anamorphic lens. So he actually used this for his Red Komodo. He was actually on that other video that it was the R5C versus the Red Komodo. I want to go over right now. The first thing is just my favorite things about this lens. The first thing is just how easy it was to use. I know that there are anamorphic lenses that can actually be really expensive, really massive to use. I didn't have to look up anything before shooting this thing to be able to use it. The focus rings is super smooth. It has hard stops, so it's great for the focus motors and stuff like that, and so I really like that. The letters on it are super easy to use, super easy to read. Really like that. The build quality. This feels amazing. Like it does not feel cheap. It does not feel like it's going to break or fall off. This is great build quality. The second thing we're talking about is how it was using the R5C with the anamorphic settings. Because with the R5C, it comes with all of your cinematic options like you get on the C70, C300 Mark III, stuff like that. So I wanted to see what the settings would be like, how easy it would be, and it was very easy. I did not have a problem with it. I just, didn't have to watch another YouTube video, just, clicked it, changed my settings. The one thing that I did have to notice, though, is it's actually 1.6 crop filter, whatever you want to call that thing. And the R5C has either an option for 1/8 or like 1/3 ratio. And so, I just picked 1/3 and I would fix it in post. But it got me super clear to what I was seeing on the, LCD screen and on the monitor. So it was not really that big of an issue for me. I just, made sure everything was in focus because I can turn on focus peaking. And so I would see if the car was in focus. If it wasn't in focus, then, I'd just move it. And that comes back to the third thing where I'm not used to shooting a manual lens with a gimbal. And so that was kind of interesting. I have the focus monitor, the focus ring. I can control the whole entire thing through the, either the actual gimbal or the tilt-a ring. And so I'm usually used to being able to move my hands up and down, hold it from the top, hold it from the top, bottom, be able to move the camera any way I need to. Because it was a manual lens, I actually had to have my hand stuck there. So it had to stick there to be able to pull focus and stuff like that. And so I actually remember that DJI came out with a 3D focus system. It's not really new, but it does turn your manual lenses to autofocus, fake autofocusing. It's LiDAR. It's able to bounce off, like a radar to what's in front of it and then be able to communicate to the focus motor and then being able to tell it where to go. So that was actually what's super nice. I haven't tried it yet on this, but the fact that it has hard stops makes it absolutely perfect for this, and I can't wait to test it out. So now the next thing we're talking about is the menu settings. So how I talked to you about using the R5C in the beginning with the menu is super easy. I'm actually going to go through the settings right now. So come over here to the monitoring setup. We're going to come over to the third page, Anamorphic. We're going to turn all these on. And then this is where we're going to actually select the de-squeeze or the squeeze factor. So since this one is the 1.6, the 1/3 is the one that I picked. And then if you're going to be using slow and fast motion, you want to hit reduced display. You can use it, you cannot. It's just this is the option I had. And then now we're going to come all the way back over here to the camera setup. And we're going to come back to the 7th page. And this is where, this is the option that I did not know about. I didn't have set up. I actually had it turned off. And so you're going to come in here, you're going to tell it what kind of lens you're shooting. Since this is manual, it can't really read what lens you're using. So I had to tell it that it was a 50mm lens. Hit set. Turn on to, again, 1.3. And so that was the settings that I have used. And so also this is how I was checking my focus. So I just come right here, and I can turn my peaking on. And then this is anything that was red is what would be in focus. And so that's how I would use that to shoot the car with this lens. In editing, because it's the 1.3, I had to go in and I used Davinci Resolve to edit. And so I was able to de-squeeze it to 1.5 and then turn down to 98% to make it look like true 1.6. I don't even know if that's right. If you know how to edit anamorphic 50mm, the 1.6 aspect, de-squeeze, whatever, in Davinci, please let me know. No one I talked to knew what to do in Davinci. Everyone's used the Final Cut or Premiere. So if you actually know how to do it, please write it down in the comments. I didn't really know what I was doing. But overall, that was my experience using the anamorphic lens for the first time and using anamorphic on the Canon R5C for the first time. If you want to see more, or if you even want to see how this thing does, I am very interested about using this. I do have some other manual lenses that I can try it on. I don't have to actually try it on this one, but maybe that'll be in another video. So then again, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.